2, 3, 2, 2. Oh, the night came undone like a party dress and fell at her feet in a beautiful mess. Smoke and whiskey came home in a curse, and the crept through the dreams of the barroom girls. Well, she tosses and turns 'cause the sun is unkind, and the heat of the day is coming in through the blinds. Leave all the blue skies for the rest of the world, 'cause the neon is shining for the barroom girls. All the barroom girls go by your side like the ponies that pass on a carousel ride, and all of the colors go round in a swirl when you dance in the arms of the barroom girls. As she rolls to her feet, she can't sleep no more, and looks at her clothes lying out on the floor. Last night's spangles and yesterday's pearls are the bright morning stars of the barroom girls. Last night's spangles and yesterday's pearls are the bright morning stars of the barroom girls.
It's Gillian Welch live on KCRW's Morning Becomes Eclectic with David Rawlings, the two performing a song that you'll be finding on the upcoming release from Gillian Welch, no doubt. I'm Chris Doritas. Morning Becomes Eclectic on KCRW. Also joined in the studio by T-Bone Burnett. It's good to have you guys here. T-Bone, of course, is producing the album, as we've been mentioning all morning, and I have to go back to a note that I got from one of the producers of Which Way LA, Daniel Heinerfeld. This was in June of last year. It says, gee, I don't know what the etiquette is about giving friends demo tapes to you guys, but I thought I'd try this one because the artist Gillian Welch is quite special. I'm reading from the letter that I got from Daniel. It says, Gil grew up in L.A. and went to the Crossroads School up the street from 7th through 12th grades, then to Santa Cruz, then to the Berkeley School of Music in Boston. She now lives in Nashville, where she is signed as a full-time songwriter to Almo Irving, a music publisher of apparently high repute.
Yeah, if there is such a thing, you know.
Oh, at high repute, you mean?
No, music publishers of high repute. Oh, wait, just kidding.
Well, at that time, you know, we got really excited because when Daniel gave us a tape, I was beside myself with joy. It's always great to find good sounds and good songs. And, well, you know that feeling, T-Bone, because I'm going to ask you next, you know, when did you first hear Gillian Welch?
Well, I walked into this honky-tonk in Nashville a couple of years ago, I guess, and I went to see my friend Peter Rowan. And it was one of those nights, you know, every once in a while you see one of those nights, very, very once in a while, you have those nights where the whole thing, I don't know how many people were in the audience, maybe 60 people or something. It was late, 1 o'clock in the morning. And everything, it was just complete. Oh, am I on the wrong mic or something? It was one of those complete experiences. I don't know how to, I felt like, you know, I'd walked into some room in the mountains in 1930 or something and heard all these tunes. And then I found out she grew, you know, Gillian grew up in West Bell area.
The deep rolling hills.
Yeah, really. So you guys are now back in the Los Angeles area. T-Bone, you live out here, of course, but you're recording the debut release, which is set for what kind of street date? Do we have even that?
January-ish.
January, okay. Yeah. To catch people up, the album is, you have been signed to Almo Irving, Jerry Moss's record label, and this, I guess, early January, perhaps early 96 rather, and the album is almost finished, right? You guys are actually recording this week, right?
Yeah.
Pretty close to done.
When are you supposed to be finished?
Last week.
Last week. So you're taking a break from the studio to come down here? You're supposed to be in sessions today?
No.
No, we did the last 5 days, I guess. So this is our weekend.
Yeah, we just worked 5 days in a row, so we're taking today off and got a gig tomorrow and Sunday off and then back to it.
Well, it must be refreshing to get out of the studio and kind of get into some public performance of some kind.
It's nice. It's a readjustment. You only get one shot at each tune.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah, you got to make it right. There is a gig tomorrow at McCabe's Guitar Shop in Santa Monica, 8 o'clock performance. That's Saturday night at Pico and 31st Streets. And, well, you know, Barroom Girl's the one we heard first. That's going to be on the album, right? What's the name of the album? Do we have one yet?
That's a fine question.
Yeah.
We're kind of canvassing our friends for a good title. So we don't have a title yet.
We're open for submission, though.
Okay.
We just know it's not going to be called Orphan Girl.
By the way, congratulations. I understand that's on the Emmylou Harris record.
I hope so. Is that true?
Well, the last lineup I saw for the songs, it was on there.
Well, good.
Yeah.
We knew they went in to cut like an extra 4 or 5 tunes with...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a copy of a final mixtape the other day,
great.
and it was still on there.
Well, that's good news.
Now, it could be one final mix and a series of final mixes.
That's right. This is true.
But anyhow, that's great news. Yeah.
As my publisher says, he'll believe it when he can look through the hole in the middle.
Yeah, really. Well, that's right. They still have holes in the middle, don't they?
They still do.
Right.
Okay, well, what's this next one? Is this another one from the album?
Yeah, what do you want to play, Dave? What do you want to hear, T-Bone?
I'd like to hear One More Dollar.
Okay, we'll play that one.
All right. Gillian Welch with David Rawlings on KCRW's Morning Becomes Eclectic.
Job in chances. One more dime shoe for my day. One more dollar and I'm on my way. When I reach those hills, boys, I'll never roam. 'Cause one more dollar and I'm going home. A long time ago, I left my home just a boy, passing 20. Could spare a coin and a Christian prayer. My luck is turned against me. One more dime to show for my day. One more dollar and I'm on my way. When I reach those hills, boys, I'll never roam. 'Cause one more dollar and I'm going home. One more dollar, boys, I'm going home.
It's Gillian Welch and David Rawlings live on KCRW's Morning Becomes Eclectic. I'm Chris Doritas. I'm joined in the studio also by T-Bone Burnett, who is currently at work finishing up on the first release from Gillian Welch. T-Bone Burnett producing the album. And I should point out that both David Rawlings and Gillian Welch will be up at McCabe's Guitar Shop in Santa Monica. It's tomorrow night, 8 o'clock show. Tickets still available. It's going to sell out in a big hurry, so you might want to get on the phone and call them. 310-828-4497. There's an album, like I say, that will be finished this week, and you can watch for it to be in stores, hopefully January 1996, on the Almo Irving record label, Almo Sounds. And I just love this song. I'm so glad you did this.
Thanks.
We've been playing it from the DAT that you gave us. It's been, almost a year ago.
My sister's been keeping me posted on all the plays.
Has she?
She's keeping a list, yeah.
Oh,
so.
boy. You're going to hit us up for some...
No.
I'm kidding. Yeah, ASCAP royalties. But I understand this may, in fact, be a single, right? Is that right, T-Bone?
Well, I think it is. I mean, this is a very ambitious record, and with all due respect, Sam Phillips says Nashville sounds like for the last 5 years they've just made one record, and it's got a man singer and a woman singer, and then every once in a while they sing a duet.
Yeah. That's interesting.
And they've made that record about 500,000 times, So,
Well, and Alison Krauss doing well, this is a sign that something's changing.
Yeah, I think everybody's just gotten so... just the torpor that's set over the whole country world, is palpable.
Yeah.
That's some hillbilly language. And who knows? I mean, I think it's a really beautiful song. We'll see what happens with it.
Yeah, the stage is set, I think. And so when you took this song into the studio, what did you do with it? You sort of beefed it up a little bit.
Well, Jim Keltner came and played drums, and Armando Campion, who's a bass player from Houston, played some kind of bass on it. You can barely hear it on this particular cut because Keltner's bass drum is so loud and big. And I guess Greg Leese and James Burton played.
Wow, so it's sort of a big sort of band number then.
Well, yeah, sort of.
Yeah, but, we were all sitting in one room, and everybody could hear me just singing, live, so
I think
it's not that
I
big.
think Armando played upright. It was
Yeah.
all acoustic instruments, I think.
So it sort of swings. It's got a swing to it.
Yeah, it's a little heavy too, because Keltner's got this. It sounds like a marching bass drum. Well, you'll hear it soon enough.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. Of course, listening to the lyrics too. It's just so, in the setting that we just heard it, such a poignant delivery.
You mean in Santa Monica?
Well, yeah, sitting in Santa Monica.
The home of the homeless.
Yeah, I do head up to, Ojai and some of the outlying areas quite a lot on the weekends, and you see people just crouched down in the fields and reaching for the fruits and, trying to get their basket together so they can get their cash and get on home. And it's just, I'm really touched by your connection with these sorts of individuals, these people who, a hard day's work is a hard day's work, Where do you suppose it comes from? I mean...
That's hard to say. I mean, it's, for one thing, this genre, whatever it is, whether it's, got a little bit of... They haven't beaten the bluegrass out of me yet, so I like to say. There's a little bit of bluegrass in there, and certainly some folk and whatnot, but whatever. I like the language that this genre allows, whatever. And subject matter, I don't know. I actually did farm for a while. I was an organic farmer in Santa Cruz for a little while. So I certainly have seen my share of pickers. I don't know. It's hard to say. I like reading, really dusty, depressing, sorrowful novels.
Aha! T-Bone, you pointed out something really interesting while we were on the air with the song, that this is sort of a very specific California country sensibility.
Well, yeah. Well, I think it's sort of, the music sounds kind of, it's somewhere between Texas and mountain music. It's got some Townes Van Zandt about it, but it really does. But lyrically, I mean, I think Gil is very California. I think that whole, Cesar Chavez and Ronald Reagan and that war and all of that, is in there very definitely.
It's good to have you guys back, and I'm going to let you fly into the next one. Do you know what it's going to be? What do we want to hear?
What about Pass You By, Dave?
Sounds cool to me.
Okay.
It's Gillian Welch, along with David Rawlings in the studio. We're also joined by producer of their forthcoming album, T-Bone Burnett, an album yet to be named. It's coming out January 96, tentatively, on Almo Sounds.
I think picking and sneering is my...
That's your suggestion?
Just a flat black Ford, but the engine's clean. I could paint her someday, but most of the time think I like her this way. Don't turn no heads, don't catch no eye, just a wind on the road, gonna pass you by. just a flat black Ford.
It's Gillian Welch and David Rawlings live on KCRW's Morning Becomes Eclectic. Pass You By. This is a song you won't be able to find on album yet, but wait till January 1996. Almo Sounds will be releasing the debut album from Gillian Welch, produced by T-Bone Burnett, who is also in the studio with us. I'm Chris Doritas. Morning Becomes Eclectic on KCRW. We're actually getting a taste of the songs before they head down to McKay.